Big things are brewing with the Oilers this season, and it feels different from anything we've seen in a while. We've got a player coming back at full strength and ready to fight for his NHL spot. A bold plan taking shape behind the scenes to keep the team's biggest star around a lot longer, and an NHL ranking that put Edmonton ahead of some heavy-hitting rivals. All of this is firing up the fan base and could change the team's future in ways no one saw coming. If you bleed blue and orange, hit that subscribe button so we can hit our goal of 1,000 and show just how unstoppable Oil Country really is. You know that moment when you see a young player come back hungry, ready to prove he belongs in the show? That's exactly the kind of story I'm talking about today, the kind that makes you proud to follow this team. Before we dive in, here's the setup. The guy we're talking about went through ups and downs, battled pain, surgeries, and an entire year basically wiped out. Yet he's come back stronger than ever. That's heart, that's grit. If there's one thing we love in hockey, it's a comeback. Watching a player look back at everything he's been through and say, "I'm not done yet," and this kid isn't just looking to return. He's looking to claim his spot in the NHL. He's felt the pressure before, knows what it's like to fight through a serious injury, and kept his head up the whole way. He could have slowed down, but instead, he pushed even harder in his recovery. Here's the name you've been waiting for, Bo Aki, the Oilers' top prospect, who told the team's development camp that he's fully recovered and ready to do whatever it takes to earn his place on the NHL roster, drafted 56th overall in 2023. Aki shined for the Barrie Colts in the OHL after missing nearly all of the previous season. 32 points in 52 games, leadership on and off the ice, and a presence that caught everyone's attention in Edmonton. 2 shoulder surgeries, months of rehab, and the grind of getting back to game speed. He said once he got past the first couple of months, he found his rhythm and never looked back. That's the mindset of someone who's aiming for the top dot. Coaches expect he'll likely start the year in Bakersfield with the Condors, but they're not ruling out NHL games as soon as this season if he makes noise in training camp. So here's the question. Do you think Bo Aki is ready to take the leap and help the Oilers on NHL ice? I want to hear your take, because this could be a turning point for our blue line. Share this video, drop a comment, and hit subscribe so we can follow every step of this kid's journey to leaving his mark in Edmonton. Now, imagine there's a move happening behind closed doors that could completely shift the course of the season and the future of the franchise. Something nobody saw coming, a bold decision that might leave our rivals stunned. This next piece of news will make you rethink what's possible for this team. Oilers fans, gather round because this is serious talk, but full of hope. We all know the off-season is a mix of waiting rumors and that restless feeling only true fans understand. There's something brewing in the background that could shape the future of the Edmonton Oilers for years to come. And it's not an exaggeration, it's a move that could have just as much impact off the ice as it does on it. Here's the kicker. Despite all the positive signs, there's no official announcement yet. And when the silence drags on, you know how it goes. Speculation starts flying. Before I spell it out, know this. It's not bad news. In fact, it could be one of the smartest plays the franchise has ever made. The topic is Connor McDavid's contract. Our captain, the heartbeat of this team. He's eligible for an extension, with his current deal running through the end of 2025 to 26. The question is whether it'll be a full 8-tier deal or something shorter, maybe 4 or 5 seasons. Local voice, Jason Gregor, floated a wild idea, a 1-year deal at $14.6 million, starting in 2026 to 27, followed by a 3-year extension right after. Taking advantage of the cap jump in 2027, the logic is simple. Sign short now, free up cap space to load up the roster, then lock in an even bigger contract when the cap explodes. It'd be a mess to keep the team stacked and McDavid happy. Of course, no one knows if McDavid would be willing to pass on some immediate money, but if he did, the Oilers could bring in key pieces to fuel another run at the Cup. The key here is McDavid has no interest in leaving Edmonton. He wants to win here, and this offseason already shows management is committed to building a powerhouse for the years ahead. So what about you? Would you be on board with McDavid taking a shorter deal if it meant more Cup chances in the next couple seasons? Now for the last piece of today's puzzle, and this one might just fire up Oil Country even more. We're talking about something that not only affects what we see on the ice, but how the Oilers are viewed across the league. Let's talk about how our team spends its money and turns that into wins. In the NHL, it's not enough to have stars. You need smart contracts, the kind that deliver more value than they cost. In Edmonton's case, recent years have shown a clear pattern, one that's helped push this team deep into cup finals. This isn't just opinion. Every year, Dom Luszczyszyn from The Athletic ranks teams by comparing each player's market value to their actual salary, who's a bargain, who's priced right, and who's a cap drag. Then he ranks every team in the league. The 2025 rankings are in, and you'll like what you see. Edmonton is the top team in Western Canada in this metric, and a top 10 team in the entire NHL, sitting 8th overall with an A grade. That means our core McDavid, Draisaitl Hyman, along with Bouchard, Ekholm, and Wallman, is delivering far more than what they cost on paper. Add in Nugent Hopkins, and you've got a foundation that's producing massive surplus value. That efficiency has been a big part of why this team's been a cup contender 2 years in a row. Meanwhile, rivals like the Jets, 10th, and Canucks, 22nd, are trailing, and Calgary is still stuck with contracts that slow their progress. The truth is, Edmonton's front office is winning in the fine print. So here's the final question for today. Is this contract efficiency the secret ingredient that could finally bring the cup back to Edmonton? Drop your thoughts, share this around, and hit subscribe so we can keep growing this Oilers community together.